So that driving while black thing, it's not a thing. How about sentencing disparities? This has been a big one too, right? The idea that if you have a black guy and a white guy, and they are in the same situation, the black guy spends more time in prison. This has not been true for 30 years at the very least. This has not been true. It is statistically not real. Okay? The Department of Justice found this as early as the mid-'80s. Okay? And how about, for example, the one that people love to use nowadays is the disparity between crack cocaine sentencing and powder cocaine sentencing. Right? The idea is that crack cocaine is used by black folks. The vast majority of people who are convicted for distributing crack are black. The vast majority of people who are convicted for distributing powder cocaine are white. So, isn't that a sentencing disparity based on race? No, it isn't. The reason that crack cocaine is prosecuted more heavily is because it is cheaper, it is more addictive, and it is easier to distribute. Originally, the people who wanted crack cocaine punished more severely were black legislators from the inner city who were sick of watching their cities ravaged by crack cocaine. Right? And so they changed the law so that crack cocaine was prosecuted differently than powder cocaine. By the way, here's your easy proof. The vast majority of people in the United States who are prosecuted for distribution of crystal meth are white. The sentence for 5 grams of crystal meth is precisely the same on the federal level as the sentence for 5 grams of crack cocaine. Okay? Because, again, easy, cheap to distribute, very addictive. But all of this is white privilege, right? All of these disparities have to be white privilege. It can't be that more black people are committing crimes. It can't be that crack is more dangerous than powder cocaine in terms of distribution. It can't be that more black people are in jail because more black people are being convicted, because more black people are involved in the issues that lead to conviction. It can't be any of that. It's all white privilege. Everything is white privilege. When black people riot in Baltimore, a majority black city, with a majority black police force, with a black police commissioner, with a majority black city council, with a black mayor, with a black president, with a black attorney general, that's all white privilege. And, you know, if we're going to talk about groups that are really disproportionately benefiting from the American dream and how the system has been constructed for them, then we really ought not to be talking about the white folks. We ought to be talking about those darned Asians. Right? It's Asian privilege we really ought to worry about, because Asians are now the highest earning subgroup in the United States. They earn more than white folks. And it turns out that Asians get into better colleges at a higher rate than white folks. And when I was going to college, it was 1,600 on the SATs, right? 1,600 was the perfect score. Princeton University did a full study, a full workup of affirmative action, essentially. And what they found is that black people at top universities were being given a 230-point bonus on the SATs. Asians were being penalized 50 points, which, of course, they deserve. Because, let's face it, there's been Asian privilege in this country since the very founding. Our founders were rich Asian men who came along and wrote the Constitution specifically for the benefit of Asians. Which explains why, mysteriously, the Constitution is in Korean.